weddings have always been a big ticket item for people, and now it's even more so. It just seems to keep going up. I'm here with the site director of TheKnot, Anya Winka. So let's talk about that. How much are people spending on weddings these days?
Okay, the national average for a wedding in the United States is $28,437.
Wow, that is a lot of money.
And it's a national average. So when you think about the bigger cities like Manhattan, you're looking at closer to $75,000 on average.
Well, what are happening with weddings? I'm hearing there's destination weddings, that's a big thing. People are spending a lot of money to go to a wedding too, so as a guest you're spending more.
It's true. A lot of destination weddings, it doesn't mean Tahiti or Fiji. It means Chicago, Los Angeles, Arizona. Even flying across the country, of course, costs money. And so for wedding guests, they're not just spending money on a gift, they're spending money on travel, hotel rooms, and the gifts, and their clothes as well.
So you could spend over $1,000 just to go to a wedding.
Upwards of $1,000 depending on where the wedding is taking place, yes.
All right, what if you're in the wedding? You've been asked to be a bridesmaid. It sounds so awesome, but that sounds like that's also expensive.
Here's my tip to women who've been asked to be a bridesmaid. Save some money. Put some money aside, because it really can add up, upwards of $1,000 and up. On average, when you're looking at the whole budget, your wedding venue and the food that you're paying for is going to take up the bulk of your budget. And that's just because how else are you going to have dinner for 150 people? That's where the money is going to go. But when it comes to those other categories, we find it's actually pretty well spread out throughout. And I think this really depends on the bride herself. Like, we always say, are you a wedding dress bride? Okay, fine, splurge on the wedding dress, but that definitely means that you're going to have to cut back in some other places. Maybe it's the cake, maybe it's the flowers. You have to cut back somewhere, otherwise you're going to blow your budget. One of our most popular tools on the website is our budgeting tool. It's completely free when you sign up to become a member of TheKnot. And what it does is you put in your budget, you put in your number of guests, and we suggest how much you should be spending on each of those categories. And we adjust when you say, you know what, I just blew my budget on my wedding dress. Then we say, okay, well, guess what that means for your flowers, okay? So it's actually a really popular tool, extremely useful, and it helps people stay on track.
TheKnot, while it started as a wedding website, it's expanded into other areas, right?
Yes, so TheKnot.com has really expanded into other life stages, and our company is actually XO Group, a name changed somewhat recently. And the reason is because we had so many women who are forging amazing relationships with one another, talking about things like, buying a new home, like how are we going to decorate? And so therefore we created a website called thenest.com. And then you had women within 4 or 5 years of getting married on average having babies and going through this incredibly interesting, totally unexplored time, which is pregnancy. And so we created the bump.com for first-time moms and women going through the 9 months of pregnancy.
Well, there you have it. If you are trying to figure out how to pay for these weddings, how to budget for these weddings, you can go to TheKnot and they will help you. Thank you to Anya Winka from TheKnot, and I'm Deborah Borchardt with The Street.